Alzheimer's, would you not enjoy that piece of information? You can still have your flu shot if you're convinced that's for you. But go at it with an open mind and an open heart. No judgment. Just get the facts and nothing but the facts. And there we have it. And then the next night, I had dinner with a couple of different friends. And in this, it was a mixed company group. There were a couple of men involved. And I took a deep breath and I thought, okay, am I going to be brave and bring up a topic over dinner that's got a little substance to it? Or will it be kind of the same old conversation that is really rather tedious, uninspiring, and dull? So I took a deep breath and gently, calmly said, I know how it was. One gal actually operates a soup kitchen, and she was sharing a movie that someone had donated, so the people at the soup kitchen had a free afternoon at the movies. And that gave me the introduction to, well, the movie I saw last night was not quite as docile, and it was Vaxxed. And you could see arms being folded across the chest, hostility by anybody who even had heard of it. And the two gentlemen at the table went into like a comatose state of rejection and fear. It was amazing to watch. Absolutely amazing. However, the bottom line to me was I felt very comfortable afterward that I had had the courage, gently, without pushing anything down anyone's throat, to simply bring it up as a point of conversation. Because without conversation, there can't be any growth. You're on the same stale stuff over and over and over. So you have full permission to bring up things that are thought-provoking at a dinner table. You might not be appreciated and you might be rejected. You might even be spit upon. And I will happily tell you, do it anyway. And if anybody has any comment about Vaxxed, geez, I hope some of you have seen it. Actually, I had gotten an extra copy and I had sent it up to New Jersey to my sister. And she hadn't had the opportunity to watch it until I shared with her, geez, I showed this thing. And it triggered in her, she sat down to watch it. And I said, well, did your husband sit down? He loves movies. He's a movieaholic. Oh, no, he would have nothing to do with it. He wouldn't even come out of his room. Like, whoa. Okay. However, her response was very heartening, very uplifting. And she was like, I just can't believe this. I cannot believe it. This is mind-bending. And so there it is. So gently, information is getting out there. I will say this about the DVD. Having seen it on the big screen is more comprehensive. It actually trails the people a little bit more in depth. And it's probably about a half hour longer than the DVD because of that. I was very happy to have that sort of insider information. And so if it comes to a neighborhood theater, please go see it, just because you deserve to be in charge of your health and maintain healthiness. All right, onward and upward into, ta-da, the new year. It'll be interesting. Next week, next Tuesday when we're together, it's actually called The Day Out of Time. For those of you who know my appreciation and alignment with the energy of Lakshmi, it's a bit like cleaning the decks, being still, getting ready for that new frequency. So you're all to tune in next Tuesday. However, keep it a gentle day for yourself as best you can. All right, so what's happening is We are moving out of the storm. And it has been some storm. And the storm started July 26th, 2016. And it was the year, it is still the year, of the blue spectral storm. Now, this is galactic information. Those of you who have worked with me, we have been through astrological information, feng shui information, lots of different cycles and calendars. This is yet again another one. It's very forceful, though, and gives you enormous insight into your role as a citizen of the galaxy. So it's very huge. So I'm going to give you, if you want, to purchase yourself the Galactic calendar. The Galactic calendar is, I'm not going to lighten it up for you. It took me several months to begin to process it correctly. I rarely have a teacher in body, and this yet again was another one of those circumstances. So I had to kind of pull it apart and go gently. If I could ever figure out how to do a little webinar, jeepers creepers, I would begin probably right here so that we could have information galactically all together. So if you want the Galactic calendar, here's how you do it. You go to the number 13. So 13 moon, MOON.com. It's also available in another site called Law, LAW, of Time, TIME.org. So it's available in both sites. I just went on that Law of Time site before I came here today because in tandem with the calendar, I use something called Star Traveler's 13 Moon Almanac of Synchronicity. It's called Star Traveler's 13 Moon Almanac of Synchronicity. And it's a book, and it complements the calendar, and it kind of takes it just a little deeper, which pleases me. Some of you may be perfectly okay one way or the other, one tool or the other. I'd say for a beginner, if you had to get just one tool, get the 13 Moon calendar. The Law of Time.org is where you will go for the 13 Moon Almanac, lawoftime.org. I think you got that piece. The calendar, now I've ordered that a while ago. To the best of my recollection, it's about $22. The book, now they are printed singularly, so as you order it, it's now printed. Between the printing and, I don't know, everything else about it, it's $38 and something cents. So consider it's a $40 bill. But it's, again, if you're an investigator, these are tools that you would appreciate and would help you on your journey. So there we have it. So let me just give you a little recap on the blue spectral storm year. The whole frequency was 100% focused on transformation with a capital T. In case you were sleeping at the switch, transformation was the name of the game. And you need to look carefully in this last week to see what in your world needed to be dissolved, released, and what structures did you need to let go of. And it's so fascinating to me that under this kind of frequency, my new mantra moved from let it go, which I was pretty good into that mantra, into simply drop it. And through my diligence of drop it, transformations, they just poured through me. The year of the storm represented chaos, total non-stability. And if you have a good memory and you think back to July, there was a lot of action around two political candidates. Total chaos, a total sense of non-stability. The whole purpose of the year, of the frequency of the year, is about liberation, which from things which don't serve you anymore. So if you're still stuck in your stuff, you missed my memo throughout the year of drop it. So you got 1 week, kids, to get rid of that which no longer serves you. The year was about breaking down. It was actually from breaking down for a breakthrough. It was a year, the total opposite of control. It was the opposite of form and definition. It was the opposite of containment and putting things into neat, tidy boxes. So if you were trying to line your life up correctly, I would be very surprised if it happened. Because the focus was just drop it. With all this dropping, and I can attest to this, at times it felt like total chaos. Very uncomfortable, very scary. If I drop it, then what? You know, we don't like that sense of, if I drop that job I've hated forever, then what? And there's all sorts of resistance. I can't drop that job. My family needs to eat. I can't drop that job. It'll disappoint my parents. Whatever your story is, just a story. So the vulnerability in this past year has kind of been over the top. And the whole point of the frequency loves you, no matter what it's doing, no matter what it looks like. It was to give you the strength to free everything up and to allow energy to move as it needs to move. Your energy needs to move without blockage and restriction. Why would that possibly be? You take any Qigong course anywhere in the world, and you will learn blockage caused by resistance equals disease. It's just that simple. Every single disease in your body is due to blockage, one way or another. So the year was geared for you to be free. The year could also be understood as one of constructive, as the constructive force of destruction. That's such a cool phrase. The constructive force of destruction. You know, we look at destruction and think that's not so good. Well, it happens to be the birthing of the very good. The blue storm frequency brought a sense of lightning and thunder and wind and rain and catharsis. It was the energy of pure, uncontained, catalytic energy to shake everything up for total transformation. I'm hoping you're sitting there taking a quick review. How did you do? How did you do? Did this storm blow every facet of your personal life absolutely apart? Did you allow it, or did you hold on so tightly that there's actually been no shift and now you're sick? Which way did you handle the storm? The storm not only was blowing in everyone's personal life, it was blowing in communities you were a part of. So many of you, your friendships are gone. It blew the communities apart. And it actually, and we can't quite see it, it shifted frequencies that can now get to us for the larger planetary scene. So a lot happened that we couldn't see. And that